Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Woodbridge High School. At this time for Cast a Can, Cast a Vote, I'd like to introduce our mayor, John McCormick.
Thank you very much. First of all, that's Principal Scott Osborne. He didn't introduce himself, but he is the principal here now. Your second full year, right?
Yes.
Cool. Very cool. We're here today for Cast a Can, Cast a Vote, as he said, a program that started many, many years ago in Woodbridge after a teacher in our school system, Joyce Brown, was on vacation up in Rhode Island and saw that the town up there where she was doing Cast a Can, Cast a Vote. She brought the idea back to us. We loved it, and we've been doing it ever since for every primary election and every general election. This year, based on the turnout so far statewide and even in Woodbridge at the early voting, there are an awful lot of people voting in this election, of course, because it's presidential. We're here with the Rho Kappa? Rho Kappa Historical Honor Society. All right, is it or club? What is it? Honor Society. I said, are you shaking your head? I thought I said something wrong. Come on here. I'm going to call on, is there a leader of the society? That's you? Come on up. Tell me your name.
I'm Sophia Holness. I'm the president of Rho Kappa Social Studies Honor Society.
Social Studies Honor. I said historical, but I meant social studies. Close enough is right. Tell me about, first of all, your effort and what you're doing and how you got, donations. And then I'd love to hear more about the actual Honor Society. So go ahead.
Well, we have donations here from all of our members and also members of AP Gov in our school. And we put this together so that we'll be taking these containers from the polling sites. And our Honor Society as a whole, we are all about giving back to our community. So that's about it. That's really all that we're doing here.
So you're all very interested, obviously, in social studies as a field and as
Yes.
an elective or a course requirement,
Yes.
whatever.
Yes, within the school.
Have you any of you been to the historical museum we have yet?
I have not.
Well, you have to. Anybody? 86 Green Street, like a mile and a half from here. We've just opened up the historical museum this year. It's been in plans for a long time. It's really, really cool because the history of Woodbridge is very, very significant in terms of the state and everything like that. You ought to have a class trip. What do you think, Mr. Principal?
That'd be a great idea.
Look, oh, there's Dr. Massimino. When did you come?
I snuck in.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. So that's great. So what else you want to tell me about? How did you, are you collecting food here from students and they're bringing stuff in and you're collecting it in the lobby? Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah, so we have our students could always donate, but these that we have here were just general member donations, and we'll be collecting at each polling site within these little crates in front of
You're
us.
going to drive around at
Yes.
the end of the day on next Tuesday?
Yes.
Or Tuesday night or Wednesday morning?
Night.
Tuesday night. Okay, great. Great, terrific. Let me ask Dr. Massimino now if you'd say a few words.
Sure.
Once again, the town and the school district working together on something great for the community. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor. I don't know that there's a better example. Personally, this is a special moment. I started my career at Woodbridge High School. My first administrative post was I was a department chair for the Social Studies and World Language Department, so I can speak at length of the amazing teachers in both departments. The students are second to none. The idea of marrying civics with community activity. Our district does a lot of work with Mr. Barcelona, the food pantries. Obviously, the shared partnership that we have with the mayor's office and the town council is second to none. So it's just nice to see, ideas turn to plans and plans turn to action. You can see here some of the finest students we have in the district doing things that serve those beyond them. So I just really want to thank all of the students for participating. Obviously, all the teachers and advisors. This takes time, this takes effort, and they dedicate it and donate it regularly. So thank you, and I obviously want to thank Mr. Barcelona and all of the workers that work with him at the various places and pantries, because it does provide a service that our residents and community need, and we're happy to help out with it. So thank you very much.
And the teachers that everybody's referred to, Heather, Danielle, and Nicole, none of them want to speak. They're all shy. The student came right up. President of the club came right up to speak. Teachers, not so much. Not so crazy about speaking. All right, you speak all day. All right. So now let me turn over the microphone to the conscience of food insecurity in Woodbridge Township, the guy who, since 1992, has been running We Feed Woodbridge. He works for our health department, but we give him just enough time away from that to get things done for the food cause. And he works nights, he works weekends doing this. He's just been terrific. He's the guy that gets the food from the donors to the donees. And he works with our 11 different food pantries and our soup kitchen. So let me introduce Peter Barcelona to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, students, thank you for your help next Tuesday. It's greatly needed. We have, I think, approximately 33 polling places in town. We would just implore our residents, when you vote, whether you vote early at the Acacia Center, there's barrels at the Acacia Center. So if you're voting early, please drop off food at Acacia Center. We're picking up there on a daily basis. On Tuesday, if you're going to your polling place, these red bins, as you see, they'll be in the lobby at the entrance to your polling place. We would just ask you to kindly bring a can or two or three or four cans, boxes of cereal, pasta. The need is great. As the mayor says, we have 11 food pantries. We feed approximately 1,400 food insecure families each month. So the need is great. This really supplements what our regular pantries are receiving on a regular basis. These great students will pick up the food on Tuesday evening, bring it to our holding place at the Woolwich Knights of Columbus. That food will be sorted the next day and be in our pantries within like 24 hours. So again, just whatever you can do for us, any non-perishable item, drop them in the bins and we'll take it from there. So thank you very much. I would just wish to thank the mayor, Dr. Massimino, Mr. Osborne, for allowing the students to participate. The mayor's office has always been very generous over the years. With We Feed Woodbridge gets us the holding place at the Knights of Columbus, which is very important to us, especially during the holiday season when we get a large influx of food. So on behalf of the people that we serve in town, our neighbors, we thank you.
Thank you, Peter. So we have a plan for people who vote early in person at the Acacia Center. We have a plan for people who vote on Election Day. What we need is a plan for people who vote by mail. They got to figure a way to mail a box or mail a can of food in.
Amazon, you know.
Amazon, all right, let's work on that. We'll work on that for the next election.
Cast the can when you cast your vote.